So we're a stablecoin issuer. So we issue stablecoins pegged to the dollar, which is called USD0, which is our main product, but also to other fiats like Euro. We have Euro0, and even synthetics pegged to other stuff like ETH. We have an ETH0 stablecoin. And we have some products that make you earn some yield in kind. So you can earn RWA yield, so around 4% on your USD0, risk-free. Or also you can choose to earn in our usual token through something called USD0++. And so you would earn yield in usual. And that's why we need a subgraph. We need to track your USD0++ all across DeFi. So if you invest your USD0++ on Morpho, on Euler, on any DeFi protocol, we still want you to keep those this yield. And so it's a composable claim-bearing token.
Gotcha. I see. And now I'm just curious, who are typically, I guess, the end user or the target client?
We have
called beneficial.
It's a combination of retail users that want to invest USD into USD pegged assets and have a reasonable yield in the risk-free rate or slightly above with our second product, USD0++. And also a lot of institutional clients that want to invest in fully transparent risk-free yields on chain.
That sounds very exciting. Definitely stablecoin yield is the next new big thing. And then using the infrastructure, right? It's complex, right? It isn't just a smart contract that runs. I made data indexing or fetching data from blockchain. Right? There are a few different ways to approach that in different dApps to different industries. What's the architecture you guys arrived at your team?
So our initial way to do that was to go through the graph protocol. And so we built a subgraph to track all these integrations. And that's what historically has powered our main distribution, we call it. So our computation of the yield that we need to distribute to people. But we take security and availability and reliability extremely hard as usual. And so we actually have multiple systems working in parallel, hand in hand. We do have the subgraph that is still working and still up to date. We also have a direct RPC calls that double check our work and also recompute it independently.
I just want to share, I guess, what are some of the challenges that I guess you're running into deploying or running using Subgraph? Because Alchemy Subgraph is shutting down, right? It definitely has kind of left a dent in the industry.
I think one of the biggest issues that we had was being able to index updates fast enough. So sometimes we want to deploy new updates fairly quickly, and we can't necessarily use grafting because we need retroactive state updates. Mm-hmm. And we have a subgraph which is fairly heavy with hundreds of thousands of entities, and so we have to reindex all that. So on the decentralized protocol that we initially used, it was fairly slow, and so Alchemy helped us on that, and generally has been very good. But in the past months, they have been offline for several days, sometimes full downtime. Wow. And so that was our first sign to try to have something more resilient than just depending on Alchemy.
Do you recall roughly when was that, like in the summer, or when was because there being a lot of outage, right? Yeah.
There was the US, the 2 outages in the same week, a couple of weeks ago. But before that, they were also down early September, if I remember correctly. Not 100% sure about that. Yeah. For like a day or two, their subgraph were down.
What are some of the qualities that subgraph service that you highly value?
Our most important one is data integrity. So we've had actually some issues with Gold Sky where the data wouldn't match on chain what happened on chain. So their RPC providers would provide them invalid blocks and they would index the subgraph based on that. They have fixed this since, but that would be the top priority is data integrity. Second one would be availability. We have this usual distribution that I talked about. It's executed every day around 1 p.m. Paris time. And so we need the subgraph to be available every day. At least around that time. And if it's not available, happen with Alchemy, it offsets all our system.
Gotcha. Sounds good. And then obviously the core of the question, right? Why Ormi service? Why our service? What made you to jump on the boat, trying out Ormi?
It was, first of all, brand recognition. So we tried a few of the top providers, including Alchemy, Goldsky, Chainstack, and Ormi is definitely one of the most valuable brands out there. So it was on our radar. And when trying out these different services, data integrity and indexing speed and availability were our three criterias. And I think Ormi did the best here on those three criterias. So we're happy to continue forward with you guys.